Okay, hello! I haven't even pulled my tablet up yet. I was eating breakfast, lost track of time, and then it's like, oh no, I need to go get everything set up. Most of the actual work that I needed to get done beforehand was done by 8 at least. And, even more important, I know where my pen is. Am I centered? Approximately. Okay. Oh, I forgot I had some dice over here. Very pretty. Okay. So, we will be coloring her in today. So, let's go ahead and switch over. I haven't even opened it. Give me a moment. It's like, let's get her open, and then we'll switch over. Okay. And I also need to switch the music. Okay. Okay, everything looks okay. So let's get going. Do I have my phone? Yes, I have my phone. It's like I have the butterfly up. Okay, no, that's the... And I can only do this for so long because I do have a hair appointment at 11. I do plan on experimenting a little bit, but we got to get her colored first. Like the basic colors. Because it's mostly going to be the experimenting with the textures. Okay. I hate that picture. I hate that picture so much. Okay. I need the sketch. Because I have where... I also need to do the outlines of her. Because this is the underside of her wing. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Zoomed in way too much. Looks kind of like a bright orange. Like a lightish. That might work. I do not want to be on that one. I never made the layer for the color. And that's the layer I want to be on. Okay, I think green's an unlikely color to be in the bag on it. Obviously, the sketch is currently in the way. But those spot dots are the main thing besides her embroidery. The embroidery might be good in that. But probably orange for the... I need to see the other side of the wing too. Okay, so got a little closer to the teal. A little more blue. I'm not sure it's dark enough. Or blue enough. It's a very similar color though, so let's stick with that for now. I need to go down to the regular blue. Because everything else is more like almost black. But we're going to go with super dark blue. And increase the size of this. Okay, I'm gonna have to turn down the opacity because this is gonna fill this. This is why I usually start with the main color and then do the other ones. There's also an off-white. Does not go all the way up. Let's turn off the sketchy in for a moment. Okay, now I need it back on and I need another layer. Embroidery in the chain. Let's start with the embroidery. And turn off the color for now. They apparently eat pipevine, at least with the caterpillar. So what is pipevine? It is actually like a tealish green. Images. Depending upon what angle and such you're looking at on the... With a reddish flower, like a dark... It's weird. I don't want to see that picture. It's like someone with like all of a bunch of caterpillars on their hand, and it's creepy. Apparently it depends upon which one. Parts of it are like this red. We will start probably with the 5. I'm not sure I want to bother with that. That's actually already really close. And no, this isn't what the flower looks like, but it's what I'm doing. The ones up here are 5, the ones along the border are 4. You can't see it because there's too much going on with that fold. Double checking I'm on the correct layer. It's like I'm pretty sure I turned off the other layer. Hello, Seal. I'm coloring her in, and at this moment I am doing the embroidery on her dress. A seal, a tough. Oftentimes these just shorten it. I shorten mine all the time. Let's just do the whole flower. And then erase the extra. Okay. Turn off the outline at the moment for the moment. Nope, it's on the one. I think there's a flower here. Oops. Don't undo that one. I want that one. Okay. That'll work. Nope. 2 off. Okay, now I need the actual green parts of the lines. right. It's all going in the same... It needs to be the other way. It needs to be going up and then down. Which I did switch over here anyway. Okay. Now I need to figure out gold or silver, so let's turn the wings back on. I'm staying on this layer. Either would work. I might have to leave the chain for later. Let's figure out her skin tone. And turn off the sketch, because if I'm not doing the chain right this moment. I do need outright white. I don't want her hair exactly like the wings. Make it purple? I think those look nice. Now this is the orange that's part of her wings. How does it look as her dress? Especially up against that purple. What if I made her hair orange instead? Because this is the same orange that's actually part of her wings. My volume is on, right? Looks like it is. Let's make that same blue. Like, as much as I like the purple for her hair, I think this works better. And this is a similar color, but not the same for the backside of her wings. what if I made it the same? The same. It might end up being silver. But that off-white and the orange may be gold. Okay, what color am I making her skin? It does not need to be a natural color. I often go for natural colors, but... Say the butterfly itself is already really dark colors, mostly. It's predominantly black and really dark blue. With the teal-ish. I keep going with this brown. What do you think of the colors? I think I like the brown. Might be easier if I have my thing in front of me too. But what do we think? Do we like the colors? I think I like the colors. Now let's see gold versus silver. Oh, it's on eraser. Gold, silver. I'm thinking gold. So let's turn down that opacity and turn the sketch back on. I might have to outright turn it off. Oh, wait, there's the coloring. I wasn't even on the right layer. I want it to be a fairly fine chain. Oh, I'm still on the silver. The chain can't be on that layer. The chain needs to be on top. Because the embroidery I do want blocked by the line. I already made it a layer. This is the jewelry, the other's the embroidery. That way it's easier to tell where it is. I switched to the gold. Let me see, grab the circle tool. Maybe it'll be helpful. I'm going with no. Nope. Always the hardest parts. Trying to get jewelry to look right. I think it looks okay. Maybe a little bigger than I really want, but I also don't feel like changing it. No. Turn coloring back up, turn off the sketch, rotate this back to that's more how I wanted it. Can I manage it again? I'm erasing this now because I like the other one better. That's wrong layer. Maybe rotate it a tiny bit and recenter it. A little bigger than that. Okay. Center that, go back to the coloring layer. It's time to clean it up. Maybe not that far. I'm mainly going to experiment with textures on her. Because overall, I like how I do the basic color. Because this is just a base color. That everything else can be built upon. And that went too far in. But overall, chibis are still going to be kept simple. I might do line weights because I do like that. But overall, the chibi, it'll be minimal because chibis are still going to be kept simple. Oh my gosh. I need to rotate this. That's okay. Not what I meant. I didn't mean to straighten it first. Rotate this some more. Hello, Eepy Luna. How are you today? Oops. I'm gonna need to rotate this again in a moment. There we go. Oops. A little too far. But how much I got rid of would be easier just to go. Okay. Hopefully I got anything else that was there. It's a dark enough blue. In theory, I'd see even lighter edges, but... Anyway. Let's rotate this some more. Yep, there we go. That went a little too far. Okay. We have this section between wings. Or is this... Actually, we're not. This is... meeting up with her again. Ah, the rest of her body again. Most of my experimentation on stuff tends to go into the backgrounds. But I kind of want to attempt, like, different textures in her wings. They're butterfly wings. They're scaled. Oops. Okay. Move this to the color of her dress. And that's why I needed to rotate that. Okay. Maybe I should have grabbed a warmer sweater. Oops. That's what I want. Too far. Even if it's not the right color. I can fix the color in a bit. The main thing is as long as there's no holes where there shouldn't be holes. I'll figure out if there's a hole up there in a moment. Let's continue along the leg. Large section that got missed here. That is her hand too. One of them. One sec. Have I managed to grab the wrong brown? Did. Is there somewhere else? Seems to me there was somewhere else. There she is. Okay. Now let's see. That needs to be on eraser. That's a good thing about the line art. I don't have to actually, the weighted lines, I don't actually have to be as careful because one side's much thicker, so I can lean further over essentially. rotate this a bit. Rotating is what I do all the time on the actual piece of paper. Okay, did anywhere get missed? I think all the areas that are supposed to have holes have holes. Okay. Did I miss anything? It looks like it's right up against. Nice. Now I fix up the rest of it. I'm gonna start with her eye. I don't have actual white on here anymore. The red's still there though. To rotate her a tiny bit. The red. Most of the detail in her eye will happen. Did I not hit repeat? It's not on the... I hate it when it does that. I need to, once again, properties, and I need to pull up the playlist on YouTube. Loop. Lasts almost an hour. This light should probably be on. Okay, back to work. That's still on eraser. It's the same brown. Where's that dark blue? Close. It's just a tiny bit outside. And it's just here. Let's rotate this a little bit. Oops. Get to her shoulder in a moment. Okay, trying to see exactly what's going on here. So, that looks like it's part of the dress. And we have this. Get that dress color again. Now I need the off-white. Fixing the color on the wings will be last because there's no actual lines on the wings. Too far over. I have a bit that's still on the outside of the line there, through embroidery. Oh, hello. back up here. Nope, this side. Hadn't done anything on this side of it. Well, when it comes to her hair. Nope, that is everything. Here, let's at least get to her waist, which is right here. You need the dress color. Okay, that is supposed to be her skin. Okay. Down to her ankle. Yeah, I had some like that off-white hiding behind the chain. Okay. Just trying to check. Okay, that seems reasonable. All the way down. Is everything but her wings set up? Looks like it. Okay, and pull this to the side because I need that butterfly back up. Let's fix this up first. Okay. Now I've got the butterfly. It's not going to be exact. Wrong color. I'm actually making this smaller. And then I actually need to turn down the opacity on here and turn the sketch back on. Okay, that seems smoother. I mean, it doesn't need to be completely smooth. The butterfly spots are almost never actually smooth. Okay. Okay. They're supposed to get smaller. That's too small. This is the last one. Okay. That seems reasonable. Let's turn the opacity back up. Let's turn off the sketch. And also make her so she's straight up and down again. I didn't finish the lines. I need the color selector. Now let's rotate this. Yeah, it helps if I don't accidentally select the wrong thing. Probably should have zoomed in. Okay. Textures. There's no promise I'm going to find anything I like. I mean, that kind of works. Let's make it a little bigger. At the same time, the scales aren't that visible either. You have to really zoom in. You can see some shimmery to it. That could work. Let's make it a little lighter. She's a fairy. What happens if I switch this to normal? that's not what I want. This is what I want. Called Starfield for a reason. I don't know if this changes it to how I want it. You can hardly see anything. Wait, what if I increase... Oh! That's... Okay. I found it. Or it seemed to have found it. I mean... That's part of it. What if I turn up the scale? No, I've always liked the Starfield. It's just always been, like, not enough. Because that's what's changing that. If I turn down the scale, what happens? That's what happens. How did I change the size there? What did I just do? One sec. What did I just do? think I need to reset it. Because I have no idea what I just did to change that. Oh, I turned on the spray shape. That's part of it. Like, I wouldn't mind it a little bigger, but I didn't want it as much bigger as it was. I think it makes sense for it to be on the tips. Okay, I need back to the basic. Because that was just for her wings. It's like I'm gonna be a little on the edge. I'm wondering if there's a better pen for the embroidery. Okay. Different paint layer. I want the same textures. Where did the starfield go? There it is. Outright white. I need that much smaller. Let's reset. and then make it smaller. Maybe that. I think so. This one's outright white. Back over to basic. Because that off-white really wasn't far off. I'm done looking at this butterfly. I should pull that back up. Okay. Done cleaning that up. I think so. Merge with layer below. And another new layer. This time I'm going for the orange. There it is. Okay, now light blue. Merge that one. New layer. is the light blue. Starfield. I think that looks reasonable. That needs to be on eraser. And this one can't merge with the other at all because it's a completely different layer of the wing. I think that's fun. I have a couple more minutes. I don't know if any of these would be better for the embroidery. That's very similar. Maybe if I turned off the pressure sensitivity. It's interesting, but that's not what... As fun as those are, they're not what I need. Let's go under sketch first. Yeah, no. That's fascinating. Turning it down to 5 is too small. And it can't see it. Can't even see 11 really. It's just like barely there. It's too bad. That one could have potentially worked. I think I'd still want that base color. Let's go to paint. What's this? It's a form of blender. I don't see enough of a difference. That one does nothing. Not at that size. Okay, you can see that one. Another one. Several of these don't work at the scale I'm trying to work at. Might have to leave the embroidery as is. Because that's smooth still. Oh. Does that work smaller? It's at 16 now. It might. I don't see enough of a visual difference. What if I went darker? It's under the embroidery. That's part of the problem. That's been really the main problem. Let's turn down the opacity, I think. Let's try 80. And I think I want to try this one a little closer. I think a little further down. Oops. Let's turn this to 4 for a moment. Ever so slightly smaller. I'm not sure it's enough of a visual difference still. There's not enough visual difference. There's not enough of an actual texture difference. Next week we may or may not actually get to the shading. Probably gonna more continue playing with textures. Oh, hello. Hello, MP Kivit? Yep. I'm just gonna call you MP because I'm not gonna pronounce that right. Hello. Let's make sure that's saved. So yeah, it looks like the embroidery, it's just like, it's too small because it's only 5 pixels to actually get like texture in there as well. So, we'll be stopping there. We'll be continuing to mess with like the various textures and stuff, and may start the shading. We'll find out next week. But hey, she's colored in, and I think I like what her wings. I've hit save so many times and it's completely unnecessary. Okay. But that will be it for today, at least. Because I need to get to my hair appointment. So, if you like this at all, please subscribe if you haven't already. And, well, I'll be back next week to continue messing with textures, potentially end up shading. Or at least start shading. And I think that's it for now. I'm gonna have to make this stop. So, instead, I'm Larry and Fire. If you like this at all, please subscribe if you haven't already. Or just like the video. Either one can help. And it's free. And, well, I'll see you next week to continue her. I'm Larry and Fire, and bye.